1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7.
Food poisoning. 2 words that stir up feelings of dread in everyone. At some point, almost everyone will experience some type of foodborne illness in their life. But what many people don't realize is what a prevalent issue this is in the home. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, roughly 48 million people get sick, 128,000 are hospitalized, and 3,000 die from food poisoning every year. And according to the United States Food and Drug Administration, foodborne illness can strike anyone. There are people, however, who are a little bit more prone to foodborne illness, such as pregnant women, children, the elderly, and those with weak immune systems. There are many ways that one can contract a foodborne illness. Therefore, I am going to simply focus on some things that can happen in the home. So I'm going to show you 3 possibilities of how foodborne illness can come to be and give you practical examples on how to reduce the chances of this happening to you. One common way that foodborne illness occurs is by ingesting contaminated food. This food can be contaminated in the processing plant or really any time before it hits the grocery stores. Sometimes it can be caused by just bacteria that's growing on or in the food. For example, a particular batch of veal could be contaminated with salmonella. So it isn't detected. It goes out to all the grocery stores and then a consumer purchases it to prepare for her dinner party. So she prepares it according to all the correct specifications and temperatures, but the next day all of her guests are complaining of signs of foodborne illness. But she needs to take this information back to the grocer so that he can file a report. And if enough reports are filed, then a recall will be issued. Recalls are carried out when a product is thought to be harmful to consumers. And consumers really need to pay very careful attention to recalls. There are many ways to find out what the current recalls are, such as www.recalls.gov and the FDA and USDA websites. Grocery stores will usually often have information about recalls as well and might even suggest substitute products. You should check over your product very carefully before you purchase it and make sure that there are no dents in cans, rips in packages, and that the dairy products are chilled completely. Be very careful about expired ingredients as well and how you prepare your food. Check your expiration dates before using any ingredients and know the difference between an expiration date and a best by date. Prepare your food in a sanitary manner and use separate utensils when you're working with raw meat or raw eggs. Cook the meat till it's reached a proper internal temperature and always use a meat thermometer such as this. According to foodsafety.gov, you can't tell whether meat is cooked just by looking at the inside. Any cooked, uncured red meats, including pork, can still be a little bit pink on the inside, even if they've reached a safe internal temperature. You also need to keep track of your leftovers very carefully and always eat them within 3 to 4 days. Be very careful about leaving your food out for too long at room temperature as well. It's so easy when you're at a party or a gathering to get carried away talking and completely lose track of time. According to the Washington State Department of Health, food should be refrigerated after it's been at room temperature for no longer than 2 hours in a refrigerator of 40 degrees or below. Be especially careful with dairy and meat products, and also be extra careful on hot days as bacteria multiplies faster when it's warm. I hope now that you've seen some examples of how foodborne illness can come to be, I've persuaded you that this is a very prevalent issue in the home. It's so easy to accidentally purchase spoiled food, to eat expired food, or to let food spoil. However, keeping in mind these precautions and putting into mind the places or the things that I've just shown you, you will be well on your way to a life free of foodborne illness.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The end.